Today is Friday, January 2nd, 2026. The time's around 10:15 a.m. Pacific. And the temperature is 6 degrees Celsius here in Vancouver. And welcome to Medano and Juanita. How you guys doing? Hope you had an amazing New Year. Both of you, and I wish you all the best for 2026. As we have a milder day here today. No rain. You see the mountains up there. Maybe we'll take East Hastings for a little while. Hello, Toronto doo-wop music guy. I believe this large building in the corner here with the cash payday is for sale. And we've got Navendat, $4.99 super chat. Happy 2026. Happy 2026 to you, Navin. Appreciate you, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you had an amazing New Year. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Hope you enjoyed. Was it New York City for New Year's Eve? It gets pretty wild there, I heard. This is the famous Donald's Market. A lot of fresh fruits and vegetables here. Some nice raspberries, strawberries. Pretty popular market here. Okay, enjoy model building. That sounds fun. And we have Randy with us. Welcome, Randy. This is Church's Chicken, open 24 hours. It's not bad. I get the wings for $1. They're like pretty big wings for $1. I get like 6 or 8, depending how hungry I am. And that really fills me up. And the poutine is pretty good there. But the gravy's a little thin. So I like the poutine a lot better at A&W. Looks like a new restaurant coming up there. Coming soon. Cam Y Legacy. Oh, that's cool. You were in Toronto. This is the pet hospital. This is a thrift shop. I haven't been thrifting in a long time. And hello, Carol and Osine. Welcome. Both have the same last name. Carol and Mosine Ali. Welcome. There's the Royal Palace Seafood Restaurant. There's at least 3 of these, 3 or 4, well, more than 3 actually. There's probably like 5 or 6 of these pretty large, old school Chinese restaurants. One of them is on lock, coming up here. That one back there, the Royal Palace, is also the Pink Pearl. These are like huge restaurants that could seat like well over 100, 125 people, maybe some of them even more. But last time I went to On Lock, it was not so good. It was not so good. It was bad. I don't know how to explain it, but like it just didn't taste good, the food. It was like maybe the oil was, I don't know what kind of oil they were using, but just did not have a great taste to it over at On Lock. So I really wouldn't recommend On Lock. It's pretty grungy in there. We've got a nice new apartment building being put up here. Mixed use, it looks like. And we've got Dr. David Collum with us. Welcome, David. Carol says, difference is that I borrowed yours from your ex. Yes, well, that's the thing, Carol. Once you get married, you, as a woman, you generally have to take their last name. It's hard to switch it back, too. I can get rid of it after all those years. And we've got Jean-Marc Bordeaux. Hello from France and Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to you, Jean-Marc. got the A&W across the street. Which last time I did the live stream, someone told us in the chat what A&W stood for. I can't remember now, but this is on lock. Princess Margaret's with us. Do I own that body shop? Oh, the West Coast Collisions? Yes, that's my body shop. Good eye, David. Oh, thank you so much, Navin. I appreciate you, my friend. I'm looking forward to writing the licensing exam. I think it's pretty interesting, the content. And so, yeah, it'll be a fun new adventure. Have an excellent 2026, Navin. Oh, is that right, Randy? Okay, well, things have changed, eh? Can't believe you got me at the start of the live stream. Oh, do you sing that song, Ooh, the Body Shop? I'm not sure about that one. Who sings that one, Jean-Marc? West Coast Walker called Rob. Yes, Robert's my name, but Rob is fine too. This old, this empty lot, I mean, really needs to be developed. This looks bad. This is the Bethany Indonesian Church. So I think what I'll do is, instead of trying to walk all the way down East Hastings into the city, which I'm sure you guys know is pretty hairy. I might just take the bus. That might be the easiest thing. Even here it's getting pretty dirty. Hello, Jazz. Yeah, Randy, they give us study materials for the exam and a whole bunch of practice questions, so I have a feeling I know what's it's going to be like anyways, just by doing all the practice questions and reading all the material and the textbook that they give. Here in BC, you have to sign up for a course through the Sauder School of Business. SAUDER, Sauder School of Business, I believe it's pronounced. Once you have completed that course with all the assignments and everything, then you can take the exam. But it takes at least 10 weeks to finish all the assignments and everything. I hope so. I think it's fairly straightforward. There's a lot of memory work though. There's a lot of terms you need to know. There are a lot of calculations you need to do. You need to know almost everything that a mortgage broker would know. So, I mean, it gives, like, in terms of how to calculate everything to do with mortgages, how much your payments are going to be, how much your interest is going to be, your principal, outstanding balance, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Says there's a bus between 10:30 and 10:37, so we'll hang out here for a minute and wait for it. It's 10, should be here soon. Is this area safe? Yes. But I would say if I go another half a mile or so, it gets pretty, that's where a lot of the debauchery starts, let's just say that. We got to use the compass card here. Compass card. It's 1934 there. Here it's 10:30 in the morning. Oh, there's the bus right there. And that's the R5 bus too, the exact one we wanted. There's a number of buses that stop at this stop. Hey, aloha. Yeah, the bus is fairly warm. Oh, shit. He really slammed on the brakes there. Hey, plush Mickey. Oh, Randy. Happy birthday, Randy. You're officially a senior citizen. Congratulations, my friend. Everyone wish Randy a happy birthday. Yesterday was your birthday, so January 1st? Wow, that's cool. Mara Goodger's with us. Welcome, Mara. Well, that's good, Randy. It's how you feel, not how the number on the calendar says. is Abbott Street, but we'll continue on until probably Granville. Hello, Mark M. Happy New Year. You don't need to tap out. Hey Brad, happy Friday, my friend. Hello, Cynthia. Welcome, Cynthia. This is the corner of West Hastings and Granville. I forget what this building's called. There's the Burke's building. Welcome everyone to Vancouver in 2026. My first live stream. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you guys had an amazing New Year's Eve and are geared up for a wonderful 2026. This is called the United Kingdom building. The United Kingdom building. This is the Rogers building. Not Ted Rogers, it's a different Rogers from 1911. Hey, Backpack Head. Elizabeth is with us. Welcome, Elizabeth. David had sushi on New Year's Eve. Nice. Jean-Marc Bordeaux says, what goes on in there? In the Rogers building or in the Burke's building? Oh, probably just offices and whatnot. I don't think too much exciting's going on. This is Simon Fraser University campus here. That's not the main campus, obviously. That's over in Burnaby, but this is Graduate School of Business. The Segal Graduate School and the BD School of Business. Nice little clock there. I don't know if it's the right time or not. Let me know in the chat. Is it almost 11? Nice large Starbucks here. Pretty good sized Starbucks here. Takes up this whole retail space on this corner. It's one of the bigger Starbuckses. Oh, that's a good question, Jean-Marc. I don't know what goes on in there. There's Moore's Clothing for Men. I should maybe come here for getting myself a new suit. Hungry Guy's Kitchen. I've never heard of that. Holt Renfrew, very high-end clothing store. Here at the corner of Granville and Dunsmuir. This is part of the Pacific Center Mall, I believe. There's a sky bridge here that connects over Dunsmuir, the two sides of the Pacific Center Mall, which contains a very large office building as well here. That's where you went, Randy? Always good price. Yeah, I haven't bought a new suit in a while. I definitely want to get one. A proper wool suit. Every proper suit has to be made out of wool. Some very nice condos here and office space. There's a large retail outlet in between Judith and Charles and Winners, ready for lease. This is the Slow Coffee Shop, it's called, SLO. Looks pretty nice in there. And this large edifice here at the corner is the Hudson's Bay building, which is no longer a department store. Hudson Bay closed all of their department stores after over 400 years in business. Hudson Bay went bankrupt last year after over 400 years in business. I will need at least two, right, Randy? I would say. Maybe more. Aritzia. And maybe shirts and ties too, eh, Randy? I'm not sure what's going to be happening with the Hudson Bay building, but it's definitely a prime piece of real estate here. I don't know if another large department store would want to come here. There's a Scotiabank Tower. There's Microsoft. They have a pretty good sized office here in Vancouver. Their headquarters is in Seattle. That's the Toronto Dominion building right there, also known as TD Bank. And this SkyTrain is Vancouver City Centre. You heard that Hudson Bay went out of business, first trading with Native Americans. That's correct. They started out as in the fur trade, beavers. They loved beaver fur in Europe. They went crazy for beaver pelts all throughout Europe, and the Hudson Bay Company made a lot of money off catching beavers over here and skinning them and using their furs, selling their furs over in Europe. Not just beavers, but other animals that they have over here, like those little seal pups, seal skin, and probably, who knows, deer, caribou, who knows what kind of skins they used back then. This is Best Buy. We're at the corner of Robson and Granville. This is the Pacific Center here. These murals in front. Don't forget the raccoons. Yes, for sure. This is Gong Cha. I've never had bubble tea before. We've got a Jollibee here. I haven't had Jollibee since San Francisco, but it was pretty good. There's an Adidas store, which is going to be very packed once they have the World Cup here in June and July. This is called the Rec Room, probably games and whatnot. And the Orpheum Theater, which is, I believe, from like 1929 or something. Old school theater. Not sure if it's still open or not. It says there's guided tours. Oh yeah, Silent Movie Mondays. Hello, First Last, and Alec Marshall. We have Dairy Queen in Timmins, Ontario. Oh, cool. Okay, we have Dairy Queen here. Don't forget the fox furs. Yes, fox furs were big too. And always tie a Windsor knot. Nice and sharp. Takes practice, but it means you're serious. I agree. A Windsor knot is the best way to go. This is Popeyes. Someone is a little bit distressed over here. There's the police. Poor guy. He might have hurt himself or... Cops are here just in time. Hello, Boris. Welcome, Boris. This is very distressing. Let me know if you want me to move on. I think I'm just going to move on. I feel bad for that guy, but luckily there's two cops there that pulled in just in time as he was yelling for help. I'm not sure if he's physically hurt or if it's just a reaction to something he may have ingested. So we got a nice mixed-use building here. I like those sort of vertical or horizontal bars. RTR welcome, says real world. Yeah, this is real Canada. This is Vancouver. Is not like, you know, where everything is like hunky-dory all the time. You guys didn't even see what I was seeing from the bus, okay? If I would have walked here instead of taking the bus, you would have seen about 40 people like that, if not more. Many other people just hanging around watching it happen. And actually, they're the ones who are probably encouraging it, the drug use amongst each other. This smells good here, this pizza place, Romano's Pizza. Fun time every Tuesday, $2.38 for any extra large slice on Tuesdays. This is the Hotel Belmont right there, Hotel Belmont. There's an emergency shelter for anyone who's having some sort of distressing moment. We've got Mike Landry, $2 super chat. Welcome, Mike. Sir. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. Somebody back there was yelling, "Sir, sir, sir, careful." Then he says, "Careful who you film." So he was obviously talking to me, but I just kept going. I didn't film anyone there, I don't think, that was suffering. As you can see, Granville Street has become kind of a mess. A lot of the businesses down here have actually closed up shop, like their Studio nightclub. I don't know what this empty store is, but a lot of the businesses here have suffered because of the condition of the streets. Nobody wants to really come here and deal with these folks. Chateau Granville. This is called the pawn shop, but I believe it's just a bar. I don't think it's an actual pawn shop. Yes, very much like San Francisco, Boris. Does this not give you Sixth and Mission vibes, right?
You want that girly? I'll just walk by garbage.
This could easily be Soma. Who would use that ATM right there, right? Now it depends how adventurous I am right now, but do I want to walk? And we have Plush Mickey Elizabeth, $10 super chat. Let's all have an awesome year together. Yes, let's. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Appreciate the $10 super chat, and happy new year to you. That's a great idea, Elizabeth. And we've got Mr. Carl Roth in the house. What's up, Carl? And Intruder Alert Captain, happy Friday to you, sir. Maybe I will head over the Granville Bridge. It'll be a little bit of a hike, but there's less chance of getting accosted over there on the other side of the bridge. What's new in Vancouver these days, asks Carl. Not too much, same as there was the other day, pretty much. This is called the Vancouver House, skyscraper condominium building. Very nice architecture, especially with the sun shining on it from that direction right now. That looks real cool. Looks like this is all a bike lane here, maybe? University Canada West on both sides of the bridge here. Nice looking architecture on this building. Never heard of Canada West University, but I believe underneath where I'm standing now is a large chandelier that I once showed on my channel. An outdoor chandelier that's underneath this bridge. And that chandelier is able to spin around and light up and everything. I got to go back there one day at night and check it out. Good, they put a little bench here halfway in case you're walking and you're starting to get tired. You can relax for a few minutes on one of these benches as we see False Creek, Granville Island, which I've been to before. Those are the little aqua buses that you can take back and forth from Granville Island to the docks over here on Howe Street. And Granville Island is a really fun time. It's full of shops and restaurants and gift shops and all kinds of open marketplaces and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. All right, we'll see you soon, Plush Mickey and Randy. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, Randy and Elizabeth. Happy New Year to both of you and happy birthday to Randy. We have that Burrard Street Bridge there. And those high-rises that are being built right now are called Sinakwe. That land is actually owned by a Native Indian group called the Squamish Nation, and it's basically a small Indian reserve that belongs to them, but instead of living there, they decided to build 3 massive apartment complexes and rent them out and make gobs of money. Seems like a good idea to me. It's called Sinakwe. It's definitely a cool harbor. They call it False Creek. which separates downtown Vancouver. I was just in downtown Vancouver. Now I'm exiting downtown Vancouver, which is on its own peninsula. And it's not south of the city like most downtowns, like New York downtown is in the southern part of Manhattan. Vancouver downtown is in the northern part of the city, the northwestern part of the city, on its own peninsula. But they still call it downtown. I'm walking south now over to a different part of the city called South Granville, and then there's Mount Pleasant and Shaughnessy, a whole bunch of different neighborhoods over here. In terms of geographical area, downtown is much smaller than the rest of Vancouver, but it's pretty dense. As you can see, a very marine-like atmosphere down there with all those boats, and then they've got all those cool stores and restaurants there down. It's like Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco, but much bigger. Our Toronto says, I will take Randy's place here. There you go. Welcome, Our Toronto. And Rich H. Happy New Year, Rich. Actually, it even says Fisherman's Wharf down there. They do have a Fisherman's Wharf down there. Jacqueline is with us. Hello, Jacqueline. Our Toronto says I have to share that last year I flew to Vancouver for 191 bucks. Yeah, I know. I flew for even cheaper than that to London, Ontario, actually. I think with baggage and everything, it was like 150 bucks. The flight itself was like 70 bucks one way. Flair is a good way to fly, but make sure you pay for baggage and all that, otherwise they won't let you board if you have a bag with you. Even a carry-on bag is not allowed unless you pay for it. Lots of new developments here by the water. False Creek area. You see, these are some nice condos. Some more even being built back there.
It's like your hours worked or whatever.
Air Canada is better. Well, Air Canada is more expensive. It's you'll definitely have more perks and whatnot, but Flair is a budget airline, so there and back, no carry-on, nothing. That's a good deal. Yeah, if you don't bring a carry-on, if you just bring, like, if you're a woman, you can bring a purse. If If you're a man, you can bring a small backpack or a laptop bag or something. That counts as a personal item. But it's got to be a certain size. It can't be too big. Let's see if this bridge is going to end anytime soon. We can get back to ground level. You went on Air Canada before? Oh, Flair is owned by Air Canada. That I didn't know. You worked as a temp for Flair for a week. Oh, really? There's a nicer view of the Sinakwe Towers. I think those are some good-looking apartment towers. Public storage is popular nowadays. There seem to be a lot of storage places coming up. You can make good money in owning one of those storage places. Blondie's Coffee. I've never been down here before, I don't think. West 4th, I believe we're on. For all the hoarders. Welcome back, Randy. Here's a Jaguar Land Rover dealership. This is Burrard. Let's head down Burrard. Happy New Year, Maxim. Randy says, did you know that Netflix just relocated to Vancouver? Oh, is that right? Whereabouts is their office? Looks like a long walking trail slash bike trail. It's called Polestar, those cars. Part of Netflix is at 110 East 5th Ave. Okay. Well, that's 5th Ave's over there, but I don't know where 110 is. It's a pretty long street. This is Lexus. Got a little Christmas bow on it. Carlos O'Brien's neighborhood pub. Oh, it's at Main Street. Okay. It's a bit far from here, but I'll keep that in mind. All of production is moving out of LA. Oh, I don't think that would be possible, Randy. Where would they find all the actors from to do all their shows? There's a lot of actors here, but not like as many as there are in LA. This is Kia. You notice how the car dealerships are always near each other. And we've reached West Broadway. Let's hang out a left on West Broadway. This is called Bar One. There used to be a bar called Bar None, which closed down. Yeah, that makes sense. They could definitely. There's a couple major film studios here. There's one called Vancouver Film Studios. I think it's close to 15 acres or 8 acres, something like that. It's pretty big space down in Grandview Highway area. And then across the street from it, I think there's another one called Bridge Studios. Also same size lot, I believe. And there's a couple more smaller ones too around the province, around the lower mainland. Maybe even other parts of the province, Kelowna perhaps. West Vancouver, I believe there's one. So it's definitely a big area for movie making and television show making here. It's more probably television shows, but movies too. A lot of those Hallmark movies and Netflix. There's one Netflix show that I watched last few weeks ago called Wild Card or Wild Cards, one of the two, Wild Card or Wild Cards. It's basically a cop show, but the girl like was let out of jail to be help this cop be her be his partner for a short period of time to solve crimes, because she knows a lot about the underworld, because she was part of it already. Beijing roast duck. Did you see Tiger King? No, I never did see Tiger King. I heard a lot about it though. I don't really watch those ones that go viral. What's that other one? It's about Korean, some sort of game, Squid Game or something like that. I never watched that. This is Earl's Kitchen. This is a popular chain restaurant. There's Tim Hortons, Le Tim Hortons, the greatest coffee shop in either the world or North America. I haven't decided yet. I thought about there's a lot of construction going on Broadway. I believe they're adding a subway here, or a streetcar, or something. They're doing something with Broadway. I think I'll cross here. Here's Blend's Coffee. This store is called Indigo, a very popular bookstore here in Canada. Smells like coffee here. There's probably a Starbucks in here. Quickly. Gordon Downey wrote a book. Looks like there's an upstairs as well. Yeah, there's a Starbucks over there. I could use a nice notepad, but I think I'll hold off for now. These are some different collections and whatnot. John Grisham, I've read a few of his books. Ken Follett, I've read a few of his books. Dan Brown, I read all of his books except for this new one that came out, Secret of Secrets. Reese Witherspoon wrote a book. Hard pass. Body of knowledge says my ex-girlfriend went to school with Reese Witherspoon. Oh, really? Where would that be? staples. In Nashville. Okay, cool. Panago pizza. Smells pretty good, actually. What I think I might do is hop on one of these buses here again and head towards East Vancouver. There's Toys R Us, which I don't know if it's still open or not. I think most of the Toys R Us is closed down. Unfortunately, the world's biggest toy store is no longer. It was fun back in the day coming to a Toys R Us. They had everything. It's pretty expensive, but still, they had everything. Piano store here, selling some nice pianos. That red one looks cool. If I knew how to play piano, I'd like to play that one. I think you might be right, Buddy of Knowledge. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Waves Coffee. Never tried that. It's a chain though. This is the 9 bus, but I think I want to go to the 99 bus. Because these non-express buses, they have a lot of stops. 99, I believe, is an express bus, which doesn't stop too many times. He used to work at Toys R Us in Manhattan. You had a Hillary Swank encounter. Oh, nice. You had that in Europe too, right? You can see there's a lot of work to do for the subway here. See a number of brutalist buildings here. Oh, there's the bus that I want, right here. Actually, that only goes to Commercial Broadway Station. I think I want to go past that. Hello, Pine Sol. Happy New Year to you, sir. Yeah, they all do. Nice view downtown from here. Nice and mild winter, yes. 6 degrees Celsius, can't complain about that. You see the skyline framed by the coast mountains. Yeah, busy Friday out here today, Princess, yeah. This doesn't have a bus stop sign here. This is a cute little farmer's market, the Polo Farmer's Market. Person on their phone, not looking where they're going, could have easily crashed into her. Luckily, I was paying attention.
Yeah, that's a.
This is called Peaceful Restaurant. Peaceful Restaurant. That's definitely what you want from a restaurant, is a nice peaceful place. Okay, here's a bus stop. Maybe I'll just chill here for a bit. I do have a bit of a leg cramp right now, so maybe I'll take this number 9 bus down to wherever it goes. Next bus is, I think, in 3 minutes or so, so maybe I'll just hang out here and take it all the way to Nanaimo instead of walking there with a leg cramp. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notifications to all so you'll know when I go live. And we also have memberships on the channel. I will be releasing a members only video this month. I wasn't able to get one out for December, but I'll try and make it up for you guys in January.
Any leftovers? I would like some leftovers.
Where am I? It looks so familiar. This is at the corner of Cambie and Broadway. So pretty busy intersection. There's a lot of construction going on Broadway now to put in a new subway. There's Cambie Street there with the A&W at the corner. City Hall is not far from here. Rogers and Fido are cell phone companies. Well, Rogers does more than cell phone. They do cable and internet and all that for your house too. There's a Krispy Kreme donuts there. Inside the Lumiere Cafe. There's the bus. this bus. Hello, Trojan Elk Explorer and Christian Hansen. Welcome to the live stream, friends. Randy is asking if I've looked at St. Thomas lately, which is my hometown in Ontario, and it's becoming an industrial hub. That's true, for electric batteries. There's a large Volkswagen electric battery plant going in there, and I think another associated plant as well, right, Randy? It used to be an industrial hub when I was growing up. Then it got hollowed out by the North American Free Trade Agreement. Now it looks like it's coming back in a different, more modern fashion. Carol was born in St. Thomas. That's correct, Carol. Did you grow up in St. Thomas, Carol, or were you just born there? Kind of like I grew up there, but I wasn't born there. Yeah, Carl's from London, Ontario, I believe, or you live in London, Ontario, which is right next door. Grew up in and around Toronto. Okay, so you're the opposite of me, Carol. I was born in Midtown Toronto, but I grew up in St. Thomas. Is that right, Carl? I haven't heard about that relocating, but I know Amazon opened up a warehouse there, but they have warehouses all over the world. That was where the old Ford assembly plant was in St. Thomas, where they assembled pretty much every Crown Victoria in the entire world was built there. I think every Crown Victoria was built there. That's right. All the police cars used to be Crown Victorias all throughout North America and even in many places around the world. And every single one of them was built there. They also built Grand Marquis. This is Commercial and Broadway Station. One of the very busy stations in the network. Yeah, I would say, you know, there's a lot of industry in Canada. There's a good reason to be opening up here. Not just that, but the workforce. We have talented workforce, lots of smart people. Did they really build the Ford Pinto there too? That I didn't know. window is very dirty, right, Carol? Right, Carol? All right, let's get out here. All right, we've had two bus rides today so far. Not sure what's being built here. We're on Renfrew now. We'll try and make our way all the way to East Hastings. Maybe I'll grab a Tim Hortons. They have Hastings in England, 1066. You know about the Battle of Hastings. It's a very famous event in English history when William the Conqueror conquered England and declared all the land for himself. And that's when the common law system started, which we have adopted here in Canada. But, well, except for in Quebec. In Quebec, they don't follow common law, but in all the other provinces, they do. In Quebec, they follow something called the Napoleonic Code. After Napoleon, of course. They have all their laws are written down with common law. The laws aren't necessarily written down, passed by the government. They're written down, but they're based on precedent. So the previous court cases are what determines the law, essentially, the basic laws. They can be overruled by legislation. They use the Napoleonic Code in Louisiana too, yeah? That's good. That's interesting. Most states, I guess probably all the other United States use common law. We've got Derek Chow with us. Happy belated 2026. Happy New Year to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. And also D. Michael. Welcome, D. Michael. Body of Knowledge says Hastings is a putty too. I don't know. I've heard of hasty pudding before. I don't know exactly what it means, but there's the Hasty Pudding Club. At Harvard, I think. Nice view of the mountains, eh? The cloud, there's like a layer of clouds that's just sort of right underneath the mountains. Which neighborhood am I in? I'm in Renfrew Collingwood. We're on Renfrew Street. Walking north. Hello, Left Coast, Florida. I guess the left coast is the west coast. The sky here in the southern U.S. Hasty pudding, yes, they have that at Harvard. I can't remember what, yeah, it's a theatrical group, that's right. the best to you, D. Michael. Well, you're in Naples, Florida. Okay, yeah. I know where that is on the map. I've never been there, but Action Kid went there and did a lot of videos in Florida. Mountains look very nice today. January 2nd. We've got some snow up there. If you want to do some skiing. I'll pass on the skiing myself, but if you guys want to do some skiing, you can. This looks like a nice new complex that's been built here. It's like maybe 8 different units perhaps that they can rent out. Looks like it's not even completely built yet. Well, maybe it is, but not occupied yet. Fun fact from D. Michael. "75 and sunny in Dallas, Texas." Nice weather for January. Doesn't seem like it's really getting cold over there anytime soon. If it's 75 on January 2nd. We've got a tiger tail creeping out of that garbage bag. That's weird. 71 in Salina, Texas. "You skied and broke a leg." Yeah. That's exactly what would happen to me. So I'll just look at the mountains if that's okay with you guys. Looking at them is good enough. That's what you call a Vancouver special. In terms of its architecture. -4°C in Toronto. Yeah, Toronto's had a cold winter so far. This weather is actually not bad at all for walking around. If you're gonna walk for 2 hours, I wouldn't want to be in 75 degrees if I have to walk for 2 hours. That's a bit much. Would that be North Van straight ahead? Yeah, that's North Van ahead of me for sure, over the water, the Burrard Inlet. If I were to keep walking straight, I would hit the waterfront. There'd be like a huge container port over there. And then after that, you would get to North Van. The other day, actually, I took the sea bus to North Van. It was on, I don't know what day it was. Was it Christmas Day or something like that? I don't know. But I think it was Christmas Day. I took the sea bus from Waterfront Station downtown to North Van and back. Explored North Van for a little while. There wasn't too much open. Looks like a nice new house for sale there. Oh, right here in Vancouver, Derek. I'm not living in San Francisco anymore. That's part of my adventure is over for now. So we're just 100% here in Vancouver. What's your guess on the price range of these new houses? I would say a house here on the corner like this, which is pretty new, looks like. And it's probably more than one, like it's probably got multiple units in here. You're looking at 3 million probably. Oh, is that right, D. Michael? Nice one. Jazz grew up in the north. She's done with snow, yeah. You grew up in Philly, right, Jazz? They have lots of snow there, I'm sure. Just the land here in Vancouver, like if there's no house on one of these lots here in East Van, this Hastings Sunrise neighborhood, like, because there's a house over near where I live and it's completely burnt out. Like the house is uninhabitable. It's ready to be demolished. It's got a fence around it. You're not even allowed to go inside of it. And it's for sale for 1.635 million. So over 1.6 million for a house that's completely destroyed. That's how much land costs here in Vancouver. Delaware County is where Jazz from. Ah, okay. So you're not from West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground. That's where you spend most of your days. Do the wages match up? Not really. Not really. I don't think people really get paid that much here in Vancouver to be able to afford these houses. Some people might, but I know in the biotech and tech industry, the salaries are pretty low compared to the States. You grew up in the Forgotten Borough, Staten Island, I assume? Oh, Jazz is from West Philadelphia. Okay. You and Will Smith both grew up there. $1 million buys you a closet. No, $1 million you can't get an actual house. Like one of these houses you can't get for $1 million because the land is worth 1.6 million. You can only get a condo. Yeah, they always call that the Forgotten Borough. Well, that's true. Healthcare is free, but still, with the price of homes here, it's hard to afford one with that salary. And we have George with us. He says, can't buy a slum house in San Francisco for $1 million. Nope. Not even close. So the land there is even worth more than it is here. Do I miss San Francisco? I do. I like it. I like it there. There's a lot of history there, a lot of interesting things going on in San Francisco. It's a very famous city, very influential city for how big it is. Maybe one of the most influential cities in the States, except for New York, especially when it comes to music and culture in general. A lot of things start in San Francisco, and if you include Silicon Valley, it's probably much more influential than anywhere else in the country or in the world, really, because the tech boom has taken over the world, and it all began in Silicon Valley. Randy says, Robert, you're Canadian. That's true. Well, a lot of people have roommates left coast, so those houses, a lot of them have been subdivided into multiple suites, and so people live with roommates and stuff like that. Old Bob Canuck, is that green stuffed grass? Yes, it is. Minus 33 in Muskoka. Whoa, that is cold, Old Bob Canuck. Welcome, Old Bob Canuck. $5.50 a gallon. Well, yeah, $1.37. Multiply that by almost 4 liters in a gallon. I believe 3.8. So whatever that equals, $1.37 times 4 would be, yeah, well over $5 a gallon Canadian. It's a rip-off here for sure. I have Mr. Hortons here. Thanks.
Of course. You need anything?
I'm good. I'll have a couple napkins if you got.
Napkins? For sure, I can do that. Maybe that's quick. There you are.
Perfect, thank you.
Of course. Take care.
You
Happy
too.
New Year.
Happy New Year as well. Not like a Tim Horton coffee. Put hair on your chest. Maybe I'll sit over here on this bench and chill for a bit, since I still have that leg cramp. You wish you had a Tim Hortons there. Love that place. That is one of the big benefits of living in Canada is Tim Hortons. $2 coffee. They got good food too. Check out the bagel here. Let's check out the everything bagel toasted with herb and garlic cream cheese. Delish. Hello, Marcio. Welcome. I think it's about the same call. I think it was like just over $5 for the bagel with cream cheese and the small double coffee, which is a pretty good deal because usually a bagel and cream cheese, like in the States at a coffee shop, is going to be like $5.50 by itself. got the Philadelphia Urban Garlic one here. Delish. Do I stream regularly? Must go. Yeah, we'll see you soon, Left Coast. Make sure you click the notifications to all, and you'll know whenever I stream. I try and go once or twice a week. All right, Carol, we'll talk to you soon. The old days of eating a bagel with cream cheese. Yep. It's a hell of a snack. And I cannot complain about the bagels they have at Tim Hortons. The donuts aren't as good as they used to be, but the bagels are still darn good. New York has good bagels, body of knowledge. You know that. New York is the epicenter for bagels. Salt and vinegar chips and a ham and Swiss sub. That's good. That's a good lunch. To you, Michael. Tomato and onion with a schmear. Yeah, you can put tomato on a bagel. You can put lox, which is smoked salmon.
Slightly weird to do that. That's really fine.
Yeah, Locks is pretty good. I haven't had it a million times, but Randy says, big hockey game tonight. Hope you're watching. Oh, is there? I honestly, I hate to admit this, Randy, but I had no idea there was a big hockey game tonight. What game is on tonight? I assume it's not the Leafs, because the Leafs, they're not that good, are they? Canada and Slovakia. Ooh. Well, good luck to Canada. I heard the Olympics is coming up in 2026. We're going to have the Winter Olympics and then the World Cup soccer after that. Going to be a lot of sports this year, eh? Oh, it's buffering? Oh, sorry guys. Well, I'm going to be wrapping up the live stream shortly here anyways. 8:30 Eastern. All right. I'll try and check out Canada versus Slovakia. Thanks for the information, D. Michael. Cute little chairs here. Hello, John Hester. Welcome, John. All right, everyone. I think we'll start wrapping up today's live stream of over 3 hours we went. We walked down to Commercial and then we took the bus into the downtown area. We walked all the way down Granville Street, over the Granville Street Bridge, into the South Granville neighborhood. And then we hiked down Broadway for a long period of time. Took the bus back to Renfrew and then walked up Renfrew all the way to here, the Hastings Sunrise neighborhood. Thank you everyone for joining. John, sorry you got here at the end, but maybe you could join next time and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much, Juanita, Randy, Body of Knowledge, D. Michael, Trojan, Dr. Column, everyone else who joined, and anyone who gave support, super chats. There was Navin and Elizabeth and Mike Landry, I believe, was here as well. So thank you everyone for joining. Hit the like and subscribe. Hit all those other fancy buttons, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great 2026. Bye for now.